Hi, welcome to my channel, The Views Opinion. This is Pretesh Biswas. I am basically a news buff and I watch lot of vlogs of different Pakistani news anchors. You'll find that those anchors, those blogs are very funny and they are very dramatic with very less analysis. Earlier I used to comment on those blogs, but I find that my comments they were not registered. Hence I am making this blog, which is basically my opinion of the video I see. There are a lot of happening in Pakistan lately. Pakistan politics is a big sitcom, always something new is taking place. But nowadays it has become a big tamasha. Every day there is new suspense. It is like a 2020 cricket match. One moment it looks like one team is winning and the very next moment it looks it's losing. The same is happening with Imran Khan and its party. Basically Imran Khan, frankly speaking, has been a very big disappointment for me. He was the best hope for peace in South Asia, according to me. Best hope perhaps since India's partition and India and Pakistan was formed. But the rule of Imran Khan as Prime Minister of Pakistan have been an attack on that hope. Now that hope has turned into a nightmare. The man who was once loved over on both sides of the border will leave India-Pakistan relationship in a mess far worse than one he inherited. He is likely to leave Pakistan a much worse country than it was when he took over as its Prime Minister. In his 30 years of struggle as a politician, he must have seen how insecurity and pettiness of the politician were the biggest hurdle in his country's progress. Yet he missed no opportunity for pettiness and insecurity internally with his opponents and externally with India. In less than 35 days of coming to power, he had called Narendra Modi, a small man occupying a big office. That he could use such strong words so soon showed how inadequate his 24 years of politics had prepared him for this top position. His calling of RSS as a Nazi party and calling name of the Indian Prime Minister n number of times proved beyond point that he was ill-equipped to be the Prime Minister of any nation. Politics is about game of possibilities. It is about building bridges and not about burning bridges. But he turned expert in burning bridges against his own allies, against the opposition party and also against India, which is really a pity. Today I had watched a blog by Najam Sethi. He is editor of Pakistan Times, a former Chief Minister of Punjab, Pakistan. He has been a federal minister and he was also the chairman of Pakistan Cricket Board. He is supporter of PPM Noon, which is that the party of Nawaz Sharif. I find that he is one of the very few rational anchors I have seen from Pakistan. Most of what he talks makes sense. He has a blog named Najam Sethi Show. Imran Khan has a support of 6 parties. A total 23 legislature from these 6 parties in addition to his 155 members. Now what has happened is some of his own members have revolted against him and at least 3 of his allies have decided to go against the government. And one of his major ally is MMP, which holds the key in which way this no confidence motion will go. There have been 3 main events which happened in last 3 days. The first is 3 days back there was a big rally by Mr. Imran Khan. In this rally he showed a letter claiming that US government was threatening him to dislodge him from the government. 2 days back one of his ally, that is Mr. Chaudhry Parvez, had understanding with him, and he removed his own party chief minister Mr. Buzdar and appointed Mr. Chaudhry Pervez Ali of PMLQ as the chief minister of Punjab. And yesterday night his ally MMQP had agreement with the opposition, that is PPP and PMLN and others, to vote against Imran Khan. This move looks like the game is over for Imran Khan. In this blog by Mr. Najam Sethi, basically, he is touching on all these three issues. In the first issue, referring to the letter issue, he says, Imran Khan had not received any letter, but he had received a cable which was sent by the Foreign Office of the America to the Ambassador of Pakistan, asking for an assessment of the situation in Pakistan, including what will happen in case there is a change in the government. An internal assessment report was done by the embassy and sent to the Foreign Office. This cable actually was used by Imran Khan as the letter mentioned in the rally. He wished to use this cable to assess that America, US is with the opposition and using opposition to topple the government, hoping to gain, and Imran Khan was hoping to gain sympathy of the people of Pakistan and get back into the good books of the military establishment. Najam Sethi claims that as per his source, the letter was nothing but an internal memo that the ambassador had sent to the Foreign Office. It was just an opinion of the embassy and there was no threat from the US government, and Imran Khan had manipulated the whole situation to make it look as if US was colliding with the opposition to throw Imran Khan out. He felt that this letter cannot be brought in front of the Supreme Court as Imran Khan was claiming to do, and army was not going to support Imran Khan on this issue. Relating the second issue, Najam Sethi says that Mr. Ilahi had met with Mr. Sabaz Sharif, who is from the Noon League, and Mr. Zardari from PPT at around 11 p.m. and it was confirmed that his party would vote against the government, and in return opposition would make him the chief minister of Punjab, and at the fall of the Imran Khan government he was supposed to be made the chief minister. But around 12 he was called by the PM and suddenly he changed his mind after Imran Khan made him the chief minister of Punjab. But Najam Sethi feels that his party members are not going to support him. At least 3 out of 5 members he has in assembly are still going to vote against the government as they are not happy with the arrangement he has made with the government. Relating to the third issue, Najam Sethi feels that MQMP will take their time before announcing break of alliance with the government, and they are going to vote for the opposition at the very last moment. They are going to decide on that issue, but they are going to vote against the government. Najam Sethi feels that maybe someone from the establishment had called Mr. Ilahi to change his mind and to vote against, to go with the government and not to go with the opposition. According to Najam Sethi, another trick which Imran Khan may play is that he may use the Article 63 which is a part of the Pakistani constitution. Now this article 63 says that no member of a party can vote against its government. So if any party, member of a party, votes against his own government, which they're part of the government, then they can be deseated from the assembly. Now what the opposition is hoping was that before they get deseated, their vote will be counted. But what Najam Sethi feels that maybe Imran Khan will ensure through his speaker that they are deseated before they have put in their vote. And this will naturally create ruckus in the assembly, and the speaker will postpone the voting, and Imran Khan will get some more time to break the opposition. And Najam Sethi was hoping that maybe the SC will make a ruling before the procedure, before the voting, and the procedure of the Article 63 will be more clear, and the whole process will be running smoothly. So friends, we see that the whole Pakistan, there are a lot of entertainment that is coming from Pakistan, and I'll also be keeping an eye on the happening. Please keep watching. If you like, please subscribe. Thank you.